Alright, the chute boss just come and said that you're next. Now, chute procedure, getting in the chute with the animal, safety is our #1 priority. The bull's going to be unpredictable. You know, young bulls kick, some bulls are fighting in there. You know, obviously for this demonstration we have a bull that's pretty docile. But first thing you do is I always take my rope and I hand it to the guy that's going to be pulling my rope for me. That way when I'm in the buck and chute I can focus on my safety as well as the animal's safety. When you climb over, grab the opposite side, put your foot on it. This lets him know that you're coming. Reason why you're grabbing here is because a bull may kick, and if you don't have a hold of something, you could fall down in with him. And if he didn't know I was coming, he might kick, he might try to hook me, just whatever. So have your hand on the opposite side, have a hand on the inside. From there, crawl over, slide your legs down. I sit on them right away. I put my feet pointed forward, okay? That way, if you have spurs on and your toes are turned out and a spur touches that bull and he kicks in here, it's going to bend your leg backwards and you can break an ankle, and I have seen that happen. So, toes pointed forward all the time. Never touch the bull with your spurs when you're sitting in the chute. First thing you're going to do is warm your rope up. Okay? I always like to loosen it, kind of get all the slack out of it, and then I tell my guy to pull it up. Go ahead. With my opposite hand, I'm still hanging on out here. I don't have a guy spotting me right now. There again, because we know this bull's docile for the demonstration, but you will have somebody spotting you because bulls are unpredictable. But even with knowing this bull, I'm still going to keep my free hand on the buck and chute itself. I go ahead, get that rosin hot. That's getting it hot. You can tell it's getting sticky, and it's actually getting me fired up right now wanting to ride this sucker. And then I just go ahead and touch it, my rope like that with my palm. That lets him know just to slack it up. I've got a mouthpiece in, I've got a helmet on, it's tough to talk, he may not be able to hear me. Music's going loud, crowd's getting into it. That just lets him know. You're in control in this chute. You're the boss. You're the rider, you're the boss. You tell your guy to do what, to pull your rope right. You know, you're the boss in here. You're the boss of the animal. You want to take control. Don't be passive, be aggressive. From there, warm the handle of your rope up. I like to set my block over here on my knee and just hold it. It gets it up off his back, gives you a way to get up under your handle and get it good and warm. Okay? From there, you want to shake your bells down. Roll your rope over, shake it. That gets your bells to slide farther down the loop towards your knot. Because when you're riding, you don't want your bells up on the side of the bull, because then your foot can actually get caught in your bell strap. I've seen guys actually drag around because of that, and that's just a safety issue. It takes 3 seconds. Make sure your bells are shook down. Look, you can see them. Then roll your rope over and put your rope in the position that you're getting ready to pull it. A bull's body has his shoulders here and his rib cage and belly back here. There's pockets. You'll see right here, there's a pocket. Now, some guys, I've seen them put their rope way up here, pull it, and then pull it back. That's an unnecessary step. The bull's body is going to put your rope where his body wants it to go. You can try to put it where you want, but the first jump, it's going to go where it wants to go anyway. So, stick your hand in your rope. You put your pinky right in the middle of his back. You can see there's a hairline, and you'll always be able to tell the middle of this bull's back. You want to stick your pinky in his back. You don't want your rope too far down on the side, and you don't want it too far over the other side. Now, longer armed guys sometimes will move it off just a little bit. Shorter armed guys will put it in the middle just a little bit, but the general rule of thumb is put your pinky in the middle of his back. From there, you're ready to pull it. Get your hand into a position in your rope, in the handle of your rope, so it's comfortable. Some guys roll their hand up when they pull. Some guys really put their handle in deep. I just kind of find a middle ground. I'm pretty simple and pretty basic when it comes to it. So go ahead and start pulling. Give it a good tug, just like that. And then he's going to hold it for a second. You can pull it back. That rope's going to slide into the spot. You don't need to pull the skin out, none of that extra stuff. In my opinion, I think that's kind of pointless, because the first jump again, that bull's skin is going to go where it wants to go. Notice my hand stayed in the middle of his back, and when he pulled it, I had a hold of my body. The reason why I do that is so that it doesn't slide over when he does pull it, if it does kind of catch a little bit. I want it just a little bit tighter. It's just a little loose for my preference, so he's going to give it a little more tug. There we go. Now I'm going to take it with my opposite hand, and I just lay it across. You'll see when I take my wrap, my rosin starts right at my pointer finger. That's from setting your rope properly. When I take my wrap, go behind. Don't leave a lot of slack in this bubble. I keep it tight and then just back through. That's your basic wrap. Some guys twist it, some guys do different things. That's personal preference on how big, how small your hand is, how big, how small your rope is. There's a lot of different variations. But I like to keep bull riding as simple as possible, because then there's less things to go wrong. You take your wrap, with your tail of your rope, you can throw it over or you can throw it behind. Difference between that. Me personally, I always just throw it over and then slide up. Some bulls will be a little more hooky. If they feel something up here, they'll throw their head back and it becomes a nuisance. Then they're not looking properly or nothing like that. So in some cases, you throw it behind you. It's not up there in their head. It's not bugging the bull. And then you're ready to nod, and you're going to slide up from there. And now I'm going to send it over to Wiley, and he's going to tell you how to be in position ready to nod.
As Dustin said, that you're up on your rope, you're ready to nod your head. This is the position that you want to be in when you nod your head. You want your knees bent slightly. You want your feet in front of your rope so that you have your center balance to where you can get up on your legs and you have the balance on both legs. You want a slight bend in your knee, your toes out. I want my calf against the bull when he comes out, and I got my entire leg right against the bull's body here. So I have every part of my leg is in contact with that bull. I have my riding arm is slightly bent, using my leg as leverage to lift on my rope when I need to. My body position, I have my back straight, my chin tucked. I'm looking right in front of my hand right here, right between that bull's shoulders, so that I'm ready. I'm not leaning way far over him, because when I do that, it wants to pull my legs behind me. What I'm doing is just got a slight lean forward with my back straight. I'm up on the inside of my legs. I'm ready. And when that bull comes rearing out of there, jumping out of there, I'm ready to counteract his moves. Free arm just right up in front of you like this. And when you go to slide up, keep your toes straight, and then you get into the right position. Keep your toes forward so you don't get the bull, stick the bull with your spurs and he goes to jumping on you. Just keep your toes forward, and as soon as you feel him start to move out of the chute, then you want to turn your toes out and squeeze with your legs and go with him.